Grand Theft Auto, ranking the members of the Grove Street Gang from the worst to first. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Gaming Stealth. 8. B-Dub. Honestly, there weren't a ton of members of this gang who played a major role on the story. There also were a fair few who betrayed their own. B-Dub fits into both categories. Once a loyal Grove Street Families member, he moved away from the gang to focus more on dealing drugs. Those drugs were all B-Dub cared about. He declined the offer to join CJ and Ryder on the missions against the rival Ballas because they were bringing the drugs into the city. B-Dub is also shown to be a terrible person, as he forced Big Bear to become his personal slave. The combinations of terrible things he did with his disloyalty makes him an easy candidate for the bottom of the list. 7. Dope. The Grove Street Families members who make the shortest appearance in the game is Dope. His role is so small that the voice actor behind him isn't even credited for his effort. Dope's name isn't even really said out loud and must be found deep in the game's files. Dope has a sad backstory. He remained a Grove Street Families member but was turned into a crack fiend and dealers by the Ballas. When he first saw him in the game, Dope attempted to sell the Johnsons their own blender back to them. His next and final appearance saw him reveal the whereabouts of B-Dub at a crucial point of the story. 6. Big Smoke. I'll have two number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 9 6 with extra dip. Everyone remembers Big Smoke for his legendary order at the Cluck and Bell during the mission's drive-thru. Early on in the game, Big Smoke came across as a loyal member of the Grove Street Families who also doubled as a comedic relief. However, Big Smoke turns out to be the most disloyal of them all. He was conspiring behind everyone's back and working his way up to become the biggest criminal in all Los Santos. In the end, he died from wounds inflicted by CJ. As his life faded away, Big Smoke told CJ that his name would be remembered forever, which is all he ever really wanted. 5. Ryder. Lance Ryder Wilsons is one of the most important characters in the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. As soon as the game begins, he's clearly a high-ranking member of the Grove Street Families. He's one of the core members, often seen with CJ, even if he does clash with protagonists quite often. Ryder uses drugs throughout the game, and it was revealed that he began using them when he was just 10 years old. Ryder also kicked out of school when he attacked a teacher for wearing Ballas colors. He seemed fiercely loyal to his friends. Unfortunately, that proved not to be the case. Big Smoke convinced Ryder to form an alliance with the Ballas. His turns is one of the biggest surprise in the entire Grand Theft Auto franchise. CJ ultimately has to kill his lifelong friend in the end. 4. Kendall Johnson. The Johnsons are the pivotal members of the Grove Street Families. While the men are more of a focal point, their sister Kendall is also worthy of a mention on this list. She is an interesting character because she's also affiliated with the Barrios Los Aztecas through her relationship with Cesaro Vilpando. Though Kendall isn't as prominent to the plot as her brothers, she is shown to be the brains of the family. Kendall is pragmatic and full of wits. Despite when her family and boyfriend get into it, she comes across as someone who could find success in the right side of the law. The scenes that we do get with her often sees Kendall bringing up good ideas or questioning the tactics used by her family. Kendall is a smart cookie. 3. Big Bear. When you first meet Big Bear in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you probably wouldn't expect him to rank high on any kind of positive list. His drug addictions was so bad that B-Dub used it to make him as his personal slave. Big Bear spent his time doing household chores for him. Before this, he was one of the longest serving members of the Grove Street Families. Big Bear was extremely close to CJ's little brother, Brian, calling him Little Brian. Losing that connections with the Johnsons was a major blow as his drug addictions grew worse. The reason Big Bear ranks higher than Kendall is because of his redemptions. He finally stood up for himself and knocked out B-Dub. Big Bear quits drugs and was eventually taken to rehab by Sweet. 2. Carl Johnson. Though Carl CJ Johnson is the protagonist of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, he can quite nap on the top spot. Still, CJ did so much for the Grove Street Families. When he first arrived at the start of the game, CJ was second in command due to his family name, but he needed to go on several missions to prove his loyalty and positions. CJ spends most of the story defending Grove Street Families. His loyalty to them shines as he showed remorse after killing Big Smokes and Ryder despite their betrayals. Killing other gang members didn't matter, but former Grove Street folks waited heavily on him. CJ often yearned for a life away from the hood, only to stick around and help keep it from the grip of another gang. 1. Sweet Johnson. At the beginning of the game, Sean Sweet Johnson is the leader of the Grove Street families. You are automatically connected to him because he's CJ's older brother. Their relationship is a bit strained, but it is a driving force of the game. Since the Johnsons barely knew their father, Sweet took on the role of the man of the house for everyone. That helped make Sweet the perfect choice to lead the gang. He's right by CJ's side through thick and thin. In a world where so many people turned their backs on the group, Sweet never wavered. He bleeds Grove Street green more than anybody. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you will love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.